Howdy folks, this is Checkers, back with another episode of Rambling with Checkers, this time here in the glowing sea because, well, radiation, lightning storms, and the general just glory of the place makes it a fun place to run around. And of course, we're doing it all natural without our armor. Well, we have regular armor on, just not power armor. And, the thing is, when you're out in the glowing sea, if you're in power armor, you just don't get that aroma of rust and mold and death and decay, and there's that certain clammy humidity that sticks to your skin. It's kind of it's an ambiance you just don't get anywhere else. Well, frankly, in the world. And, being in a suit of power armor just sort of takes away from that magical experience of the glowing sea. However, it does help if you do a bit of, let's say, preparations, or as I like to call it, the glowing sea treatment, RadX, RadAway, and Stimpack, and keep that up every so often, and you'll be just fine. Unless you're in survival mode, in which case your life is in your own hands. But we are out here with our converted alien blaster pistol, and we can explore the ruins and see what in the glowing sea is out here. Lots of radiation, as one might expect. Not really planning on using the map or, common sense. We're just gonna kind of go where the shiny things are and have a bit of a ramble through the glowing sea. Oh, it is a fun and interesting place. And there are some surprising things out here. I have no idea what those are down there. Okay, let's see if we can't... It's a bridge. Oh, this is the crater. This is the actual crater. So I guess this could be a spoiler if you haven't seen this before. But this is the crater of the big one outside of Boston, and there are certain individuals here who have a different opinion of how this is. We can even go walk in the middle, I believe. And if we drop in the water, I'm sure we'll get a fascinating dose of radiation. The green cups you see highlighting, well, it's a cup and an ashtray. Those are highlighting due to the Scrapper perk, the max rank of the Scrapper perk. You can highlight items, and basically if you tell in your Pip-Boy that you want to look for a certain item, like that was looking for a ceramic, it'll highlight all the items that are ceramic, including containers that hold items that are ceramic, so you'll know, hey, I should check this container. And look at that, the sun coming through the haze. It's just a glorious day in the glowing neighborhood. Wow, we haven't run into any critters yet. I'm really kind of surprised. Usually, I think we would have found something by now. I'm doing it wrong. Maybe they're afraid of the alien blaster pistol. As well they should be. Converted, it's actually not so bad. It goes from having, somewhere around 400 rounds to, at the moment, we've got nearly 14,000. So, oh, time for another treatment. Let's see here. Aid, RadAway, Radx, RadAway, and Stimpack. And there are some shiny things, but I don't see any critters at all. Oh, wait, critter. Hello, critter. And that was a very cool vaporization effect, I have to say. So, let's see. I had a few questions folks asked in between our rambles here. Someone asked me about my cats. I have two of them. One of them made his internet debut on Twitter, I think a week ago or so. And that was basically the moment that I realized I had done an entire awesome video. I think it was the first video game history. Let's see how we do against this mythic with this. Trying to target his legs. Okay. Hi. Hello. Okay, let's do something a little more, getting the leg friendly. Take out their legs. Take out their everything. Which leg still works, I wonder? Not gonna matter. He's gonna be dead before we figure that out. And there he is. Oh, but we did not reload our converted alien blaster pistol. There, oh, I guess we did. Okay, time for another treatment, and a bonus treatment, I think. So let's do Rad-X, Radaway, Stim-Pack, and that should clean everything up. At least we're finding critters now. I think I was talking about my cat. Yeah, I was trying to make the first video game history ramble, and it came out really well. It was actually better than the one I think I finally did, just because, I don't know, there was just something really great about it. And I got it processed, and I got it rendered, and I got it uploaded, and YouTube processed it, all before I realized that the mic had been muted the entire time. Did that death call just phase? It looked like he phased. Whoa! Alright, reload. Let's try something else. Another fan favorite weapon. The spray and pray. Oops, I think I killed them both by accident. Definitely some benefits to spray and pray. Yeah, so I made this entire video game history video, and it was going amazingly well. And then I found out after absolutely everything, I didn't even check, I don't know what I was thinking, I found out that, of course, the video was all there, you know, everything that I did in the ramble was still there, except the words, which, you know, when you're talking about video game history is a little bit of a problem. I mean, I really can't think of any sort of interpretive dance I could do within Fallout 4 that would, you know, tell you about early video games. Although I guess, you know, we could use the Pip-Boy. Some of those old Pip-Boy games certainly do qualify. But yeah. So anyway, I made a little video. I found a picture of my cat who looked about as miffed as I felt, and put him up on Twitter, which I've never done like any of the pictures on Twitter or things before, so that was kind of new for me. I have, like I said, the two cats. One's red, one is black and white, and the red one made it to Twitter, and he has this tendency to, like, the camera comes out and he weaponizes his cuteness. Like, he's cute and he knows it, but when a camera comes out, I swear, he knows what it is, and he's a ham. He poses, he, you know, looks right at the camera. You couldn't ask for a more photogenic cat. And I know this because the other one is a girl, this black and white, and if you bring the camera out and point it at her, she will do absolutely everything to make sure the picture does not come out. She'll blink, she'll turn away, she'll hide. It's pretty amazing, the difference between the two of them in this one particular aspect. Otherwise, they are my pride and joy. They are probably the best doctors I've had since I acquired my condition. I would say that they've helped me the most. Other folks have certainly tried very hard, but it takes a lot of money in medical testing, and cats don't really care about any of that. They just want to make sure that, you know, everybody's happy, alive, and loved. And to that extent, they do their very best for me. They've both warned me when the gas was on my oven without flame, so essentially the kitchen was filling with gas, and I had a candle lit in the other room. They both came out and uncharacteristically meowed and worked for attention until I realized something is really, really wrong. Something is different, and I got up and they basically pointed right at the oven, and I thought that was really pretty amazing. They've also both done things to take care of me otherwise. The boy, the red boy, he'll, when I exercise, since I can't do a whole lot at once, my heart rate gets too high, and when that happens, it's very bad. So I guess he can tell. He'll come out, and if I don't necessarily always know when something's not going right, he warns me, and I've learned over time that if I'm exercising and he comes out and he's talking to me, I'd better listen. And I think that's pretty awesome too. Girl, she'll jump on me when I'm sleeping if I have a nightmare. One time I remember I had a nightmare. I don't think I've ever seen a cat react so fast to anything. I woke up screaming, basically, and she was sort of on the other side of the room, and I've never seen her move that fast. But she also hit me like a truck. I think she wanted to be absolutely sure I was awake. So she literally hit me with the full force of her body and then stayed with me until I calmed back down. I think a lot of times cats get a bad rap that they don't, care about people, or they're very aloof, but they're really, really not. I mean, part of it is that I spend so much time with them. We're together pretty much constantly, 24/7, but, I think a lot of it too is you have to kind of think the way a cat thinks. And I think part of it comes from understanding, it's not that cats want to tear things apart because they're bad or even because they're bored. One of the things that I learned when my life changed was that if you can't do the things you could always do before, there's not just a boredom involved with it. That's an Eyebot, so we're not going to kill him. There's kind of it's a guilt. It's this, I should be doing something, and that you can't do it. Logically, rationally, doesn't matter what you know in that aspect, but you feel something different. I worked from the time I was 16 years old, and to finally, one day be broken and not be able to do the things that I could do anymore, that was a very, very different thing. And I think it kind of made me realize that the cats are meant to be hunters and killers, and they want to, it's in their blood. If you put them in a house and make them be calm and cool, they don't necessarily react to that anymore, any better than a human reacts to being essentially caged. So I started really working hard to play with them. And don't even have to do it for very long, just like 5 minutes a day. And I think it's honestly like them having a job. They get it. They're like, okay, I'm practicing my skills, and let's face it, gaming is that, right? For humans, we're practicing our skills, not necessarily always real world skills, but we're still practicing things that affect us in the real world. How fast I can turn and react to a rad scorpion that comes out of the ground. Well, I may never have to deal with a rad scorpion come out of the ground, but I'm still practicing my speed and my reaction time, and those things do matter. And so I think for cats it was kind of the same thing. Once I started playing with them, every morning I would get up and play with them for, 5 minutes, 10 minutes each. depending on what they like. And as they get older, they don't really want to get into that quite as much as they used to. Wow, a bloatfly with bling. Yeah, their behavior definitely changes. So if you have a cat that is, acting up all the time, especially if they're young, take some time, play with them. It doesn't have to be much. It doesn't have to be anything super cool. But if you can spend 5 minutes a day with them, it'll make a huge difference, I think, at least in my experience. And in other, sort of related thoughts, or at least a stray thought that occurred to me while I was talking about that. A long time ago, I was up for a job, and, well, I was up for it, I think, a little bit before I realized I was up for it. But I've been a gamer since the 70s, and the job that I did in theater, one of them, the one that I probably spent more time doing, working with lighting, I did a lot of programming lighting consoles, basically computers dedicated to, wow, we killed him with just that? Dedicated to controlling lighting. And cool thing is, a lot of those computers, at least back in my time, used essentially a numeric keypad. And, well, so do the games, especially from the early days. So back in the early days of gaming, I'm talking before mouse, everything was tied to the numeric keypad because, let's face it, it's a really good grid pattern setup for right-handed people to play games if they're not using their other hand to use a mouse or anything, or if they don't need a mouse. So, I'm gonna have to wander out there after you. Okay. Oh. Defiant Gamma Gun. The final shot in the magazine deals twice the normal damage. Gamma rounds and dog tags, and we need to go through our treatment again. Anyway, I was doing a behind-the-scenes tour with my designer / technical director at the time, and partly from reacting in gaming, you can react very quickly and you can think ahead. He was showing them a daytime and nighttime scene on our set, and we hadn't really talked about it in advance, but I could see by the way he was handling the speech that he was going to, want to transition from day to night. So I set up the transition beforehand, and as soon as he said the words, where he would normally have asked someone to do it, I just did it, and I think that secured my position going forward and made sure that when it was time for a transition of power, as it were, the transition, went in my favor. And I kind of attribute that to gaming, being able to use the keypad that quickly, being able to think ahead of a conversation, because, we play games, we experiment, we do things, we learn to do them quickly. So I often recommend gaming to people who want to succeed, want to do better in whatever it is that they do, because it's all practice for something. Whether it's managing units in an RTS or just, trying to survive in a first-person world, there's always something that gaming can help you with. Oh, I like it. You really don't even have to aim all that hard. You just kind of point in the general direction, and you're golden. But yeah, you really don't need to be on target with this thing. Did I just open the doors yet not call the elevator? That's fascinating. Okay. Elevator panel. Hey, we can even open the hatch. So, And a locked door? Gotta keep them ghouls out.
Yes.
Ghouls are always hogging the bathroom. Whoa! Hi there! Okay, time to switch. So I don't blow myself to pieces. Rataway and Blood Pack. And a bloated glowing one with 2 bottle caps, 438 rounds, 2 irradiated bloods, and a fancy hairbrush. I told you they're always hogging the bathroom. Those bloated glowing ones are just as vain as the day is long. Safe advanced. Okay, we'll crack this, and then I think we will be at the end of our ramble.
Got it.
10 308 rounds, 17 10mm, 12 bottle caps, fancy hairbrush, told ya. 17 pre-war money, and 4 shotgun shells. They can keep their 10mm auto, and 12 bottle caps, and we've already been out here to steal the fusion core. Alrighty folks, this has been another Rambling with Checkers out here in the glowing sea. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this walk through the Commonwealth Wasteland's wasteland, and, well, just for listening to my rambles. So I would also like to remind you that I have a Twitter link in the description of the video and on my channel main page. If you're on mobile, it'll be on my channel about page. Also, if you look in the upper right hand corner, you will see a small letter I with a white circle around it. These are cards and links to other videos that I've made. I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you found the video entertaining and maybe just a little informative. I would like to invite you to subscribe, like, and share if you so desire, and ask you to please take care.